Every time we inspire, we breathe in 161 sextillion molecules of air. Now what if I told you, in our lifetimes we'll have breathed the exact same air molecules as most people who've ever walked on this earth? Malcolm X, Gandhi, Socrates, Jesus. Were the 24 hours they had each day that different from the hours we had in ours? What if every inspiration helped inspire a change that you can't even imagine? What if every time that little voice in your head told you not to pick that empty bottle off the street or not to warmly greet your neighbor each morning? What if you actually listened? Would you feel inspired? What if you're running out of time? The dentist appointment you've waited weeks for starts in an hour, already 40 minutes behind. You're praying for a miracle, something divine. And this is the moment your little baby starts to whine. He won't stop screaming. And maybe the last person you'd ever expect through no fault of your own, just pure disconnect. You've seen his kind on TV and YouTube, Daily Mail's #1 suspect. The reason your little girl's got no father to recollect, but for a second, your eyes meet, and in your moment of need, he saves you, and your child stops crying too. You make your train, you turn around to say thank you, except, would you feel inspired? What if you're invisible, made to feel like you're a waste of breath? You never thought a BA in English Lit would leave you worthless. An English teacher in Poland, but on the mean green streets you're barely adequate. Upgraded to immigrant status, you're no expatriate, you piece of scum. Working day and night to avoid selling meth, you're no one. Just to get those £488 32 pence to your wife each month, your kids waiting hopefully for daddy to come back, but you're in weekend classes for your master's in diplomacy. Cause the more you spend on degrees, the more likely you are to get a job, supposedly. So on any given day, 28 minutes after lockup, you'd ignore a kid banging hopelessly. You hear something about Red Bull, he's screaming uncontrollably. But today's different. Would you feel inspired? What if your entire world depends on this one exam? Your parents came to this country with little education but a lot of demand for you to take the #1 spot. You'll be a great doctor, it's all part of the plan. And sometimes the pressure makes you want to throw up the 7 cups of coffee you chug till 4 a.m. But that last Red Bull gave you just the kick you needed to go through chapter 9. And just as fate has it, you're right on time. And the very first questions on chapter 9, you aced it. Now, though you pass that homeless lady every day and some nights, the 10.5 pounds you toss her is the reason she'll eat warm food tonight. Would you feel inspired? What if you had dreams and aspirations just like everyone else? But circumstances change and on the streets you'd be better off in prison cells. You're just not qualified for this job. Same old spiel for the last 16 years. But how can you worry about qualifications when even basic security is a luxury out there? But today's your birthday, and you bought yourself a card, and you've pledged to turn your life around, a fresh new start. And with the rest of your 10 pounds, you want to buy clean clothes, new shoes, fresh gloves like state of the art. But you know, someone out there needs the money even more than you. Would you feel inspired? What if all those years of misconceptions, misinformation, mistrust led you down a very different road? What if every time that little voice in your head told you to do something, anything, what if you just ignored it? Would you still feel inspired?